Welcome to the weekly animation recap. It is the week, exactly 1 week for us, less than 1 week for you guys until Christmas.
I know. Hey, Merry Christmas to all of our
Merry Christmas
watchers and followers, subscribers to Pencilish Studios.
Hattie.
We have 3 dogs in the room right now. You
And
will.
it's Craig.
One of them's the size of a horse. You'll probably
Come
see
say hi.
Hattie in some of these shots, but you're going to hear stuff is the point. You're going to hear a little scraping and hopefully not playing. Oh my gosh.
This is my bestie, Hattie.
I know.
She's come to say hi.
That just became the best part of this video,
She's
I
the
think.
sweetest girl in the world. She just got a bath, so she's like feeling all crazy. So,
I love
yeah.
it when you talk about her. Squish on your wall.
Oh, she just got a little bath. She's the sweetest girl in the world.
Oh, anyway, back to the recap.
Welcome.
We have 3 wonderful articles. So for those that this is your first recap, we don't always bring a dog on, but it is always us. I'm Tom Bancroft. This is Ansley
Yes.
Bancroft.
Hi.
And she is our communications director here
Yes.
with about 3 years worth of animation experience.
Many.
And
A long history.
She has drawn, I'm going to say 5 in-betweens in your career.
Potentially. I wouldn't even push it that far as to say 5. But
Probably
more
three
like
to
3.
5. 3 to 5.
3 to 5, sure.
And it was, I had trained her how to do an in-between. It was very cute. And it's in the little short film that we were making at the time. So
that's your favorite memory, I
quite
think.
an accomplishment.
You always bring it up.
I mean, a lot of people don't know that. That's all. I'm just sharing.
It's like a fun little fact.
That you learned enough about animation to do a couple in-betweens.
This is true.
And what was I going to say? Oh, I have about 35 years of experience, and why we do this is hopefully I can bring some experience and knowledge that you may not have right now at the moment to these discussions.
Pardon?
And then, but then you bring a fresh perspective.
Yes, I bring my very strongly opinionated brain.
Exactly.
And my admiration for gossiping.
Right. You're
So
always
the two
looking
meet
for the
perfectly.
tea, right?
I'm always looking for the tea. You're always looking for the business brain on.
Yes, exactly.
That's what you love to say.
I like to say it like that.
Putting my business brain on.
Yeah.
Anyways, a couple little housekeepings. Since it is almost Christmas, the next following Wednesdays when we usually shoot will be Christmas and New Year's. So this is our last Animation Weekly recap of the year and for the next following 2 weeks.
Nice.
So I guess you'll just have to go back and
right when you guys have
watch.
time to watch it, we're not
gone.
for 2 weeks we're not putting it out. That's right when they're on vacation and stuff. Dang
Yeah,
it.
but then you have plenty of time to go back to the beginning and recap because we have about like 13 episodes. Okay, let's get started with Article 1.
Article 1.
Disney Plus series Win or Lose cuts trans character story. Actress speaks out.
Ooh, now wait. Normally, you send me these articles early, and I at least have some background on them.
I actually messed up because I
you not
forgot
send
to look. I didn't find the articles until today. I messed up.
Okay.
I usually pick it out the day before. The day
But
prior.
this is fresh news. I just don't know a lot about it. I had just heard about this today.
Well, yeah, so it actually is
let's hear it.
following a whole nother thing because it says not long after causing waves with the decision to pull a completed episode of Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur featuring a transgender character, Disney Animation has suffered another backslide in queer representation. Trades report that Pixar's upcoming debut original series Win or Lose will no longer include a storyline centered on a teen trans girl. When it premieres on Disney Plus in 2025, dialogue has been adjusted to portray the girl as a cisgender girl, which I did have to look up.
Good. I don't
And
know what
that
that
does
is.
just mean like you identify with what you were born with. So you're cisgender.
That's right. I heard that. Yes.
Yes.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it kind of just goes down to where they were talking about the decision, and it said, when it comes to animated content for a younger audience, we recognize that many parents would prefer to discuss certain subjects with their children on their own terms and timeline.
Which has been said for years. But yeah, I mean, it's funny that they kind of just put it back on the audience. It's like, basically, we're we're cool guys, everybody. We're cool, but you know,
Right.
you guys, our audience,
Right.
may not be as cool as us, and so therefore we want you to.
Might not be as cool.
Well, I mean,
Oh, like they're kind of taking off. Like, oh no,
They're
we
like,
would rather
we would
show
do
that.
this, but because you guys don't want it,
Right. That's a
we're
funny
gonna
way
take
of looking
it
at
out.
it. I didn't even notice that.
It's pretty much that. That's gonna be there, and you know, obviously this is very interesting. We're not gonna dive in deep with opinions, I don't think, but
No, it's like a very. I mean, there's not really much you can say.
I mean,
The girl did speak out. She was 14 when doing it. Just about how it was like pretty bummed, and it was like a backslide on everything she had done.
right.
But that she's still happy to be the first voice for Pixar that's trans.
Oh wait, so back up. She'll still be in episodes. They just
She's still
delve
voicing the
into that
character.
side
It's
of
just
it.
not trans.
Right. They just didn't give that background. That part of the story got
Right.
taken
They
out.
just took
Got
out
it.
the lines that had to do with like representation of like what they identify as.
Right, which
makes sense in the first
I
place.
mean,
It's a
how do
younger
you work?
audience.
Yeah, how do you work that into a cartoon, which is about
kids?
sports and stuff? I don't know this show very well. Win or
softball.
lose.
Yeah.
I've seen the trailer. I just don't know how that all works. But yeah, it seems like why would that be in the show anyway? I mean,
Well, and I mean, bottom line, like we grew up on shows and even films.
I mean,
They're
I'm
never
just saying
like
we can
blatantly stating their identity. It's
right.
just like
I'm just saying,
you
obviously
are
that.
what you are.
Well, but I mean, obviously that wasn't a thing back then, so you could argue that side of it. Obviously, that you wouldn't have back then.
Yeah, I mean, when I
But-
grew up, it was a completely different realm.
Yeah.
But even movies now aren't like you don't have to be like
I mean,
I'm cisgender.
yeah. No.
I'm transgender. Like,
Right. How does that work into your
is that
everyday
the whole
storyline?
storyline? Because then
Yeah.
I get it. But
Right.
if it's not, this is a softball TV show for kids.
Well, I mean, they obviously there's two sides of that. Obviously, they wrote that one episode to be, oh no, we're going to go out of our way to
Right.
make sure that's part of the story.
Yeah. That
she
makes sense.
Probably doesn't feel included or feels different or whatever, and therefore she needed to say that out loud. I don't know.
Right. I mean, I
But-
get both sides of this. Like, I don't have kids, obviously, but if I did, I would want to be the one having the conversations with my kids.
Yeah.
So sure. But then also, like, I'm sure that stinks to be like the trans girl that was voicing it, and like your character kind of gets cut like that. Probably was a big deal for her.
Right. I have a feeling this is going to be the animation recap where we get the most comments because there will be opinions. And we're not going deep into our opinions on this because it's hard to do that without. This is there's certain subjects, politics being another one, where it would be really hard to talk about it and not offend somebody. So I will say that it sounds like it was obviously not planted. Maybe that's not the right word, but it was. They went out of their way to write this into the script for at least that one episode. I like that they didn't cut the character out and fire the girl and all that because I could see she's probably told her family, she's told her friends.
I think recorded majority.
Yeah. So fine. I mean, she's just hopefully a good voice actor that has been hired to do a voice for a character. There's no reason to cut her out of the script or the series. So I'm glad that didn't happen.
That would have been a big deal.
So I don't know. I can't say I totally disagree.
I think the timing's interesting of Disney because they are under the limelight for the other one that they just cut to do it again in like the same week. I think.
Yeah.
It is.
Wait. What was the other one? Because I think.
Moon Girl.
Yeah. See, I didn't know.
Marvel's Moon Girl.
Yeah, I
and
just heard
Devil
there was a
Dinosaur.
show that got canceled from Disney, so I don't know which one I heard about.
It was a full episode that they decided to take out that was about a transgender person.
But wait,
and
that's what's happening here too, isn't it? A full episode?
This is the full series, but they're just adjusting lines so that she's not really talking about her identity anymore.
I wonder if there was a.
Well, I guess that she's cisgender.
They were probably referring to her as they. I'm guessing, and that's probably the biggest rewrite. Is that they had
I
to
have
have
no
other
idea,
characters.
but
That would make the most sense.
right.
Okay.
Well, so it is an interesting choice of Disney to do it all at once. Maybe they're just ripping off the Band-Aid. Like, why wait to put two, like, we did both of them.
Well, what we're not talking about is, and this, again, my business hat on, guys, is that obviously they've been burned through this last couple years. We'll say even up to 5 years, but at least 3, where they've had, sort of, you could say agenda-based kind of storylines and characters, and that there was obviously there was a 2 lesbians kissed in Lightyear, that movie.
Really?
Did you?
Never
You
saw
never
it.
saw it. I saw it. Anyway, and it was definitely like a go out of your way to do this moment, kind of almost like a statement, kind of a thing. And obviously they got a lot of backlash from that. A lot of people, that movie didn't do very well. A lot of people said it was because of that.
It didn't do well.
There was a lot of pre-buzz about that moment in there, and and we've seen it throughout this last couple of years, and you can get into
I bet
politics.
Disney's feeling like they can't win.
Yeah, there's just
like,
there's been a backlash, and that's, I think we can all agree, it's been well documented. There's been a backlash against Disney for kind of
quite some time
going into this. So,
well, I am sure being such a large monopoly, it can be very hard to please people. Like when you're smaller like us, we just can do what we prefer.
Yeah.
We don't have to please people. We need to just make what we feel we want to create. And I'd imagine having like billions of followers, that'd be very hard.
Yeah,
Thank God we're so small.
Yeah,
Thank God we haven't made the big leagues.
Right. But
oh my goodness.
we try and keep a very positive show.
That's why we haven't made the
fun.
Big leagues.
Yeah,
it's like personal preference. We don't want the pressure.
Well, and why I'm saying that is I kind of want to ask this question. I'd love to see in the comments what people think about this article. But I know when I say that we're going to now have arguments happening amongst you all.
No arguing. We're all entitled to our own opinion.
Can we try and do that on YouTube? Have arguments in the comments? Yeah,
we're not going to get there because that's not what this is. This is just a father-daughter talking about animation news. Let's not get that deep.
Yeah, but somebody will say something and then somebody else will come in. It may not even have anything to do with us.
If you don't agree,
yeah.
We're not allowing arguments. We're not.
Have you been on YouTube?
I'll be on the computer. Delete.
Really?
No
delete?
arguments. Yeah, I'll delete if they're rude.
No,
we don't do rude stuff.
No, I totally agree. If you're rude, we have every right to delete. So anyway, let's continue.
Anyways,
it was a very
we are interested to hear.
Article.
Like, I don't know what like the majority of people like lean towards in something like this. So I am interested to hear like where opinions are.
So maybe the question we want to know in the comments is this a step forward for Disney or is it a step back?
Oh, good question. I really like that question.
Yeah.
Ooh, tea. This could get crazy.
That's what I'm saying. The comments are gonna blow up now. I'm sorry, but.
Well, everybody's allowed their own opinion. Just remember that.
Yeah.
Just because it's not your opinion doesn't mean they're not allowed to have it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
On to article number 2, the best article of the day.
Oh, man.
Disney to release CG Bluey theatrical feature in 2027.
Wow.
So one thing about me is I am obsessed with Bluey.
That's cool.
I love Bluey.
And I have not seen an entire episode, and I feel horrible.
They're like
about
5
that.
minutes.
That's what I just heard. I thought they were like
they're literally
at least
so
11.
short. Like, how did you not even make it through one
Okay,
episode?
so you watch it where? Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Okay. And these started on not on YouTube, but it's an Australian show.
Yes.
So
I don't know where it
but
started,
I would say,
to be
at least in the
honest.
US, most people are seeing it on Disney Plus, correct? Is that the
Yes, yeah.
or how you see it? And
It's very well done.
do they put like a bunch of 5s together, or is it because it's on the streamer it just rolls right into the next one?
It just kind of rolls.
Okay.
And it rolls beautifully. Except like the kid I babysit, he kind of gets like obsessed with like one episode every once in a while, and he'll be like, the dream one, because there's one where they like dream and she's like jumping on the planets and stuff, and
man.
like he'll just like repeat.
Oh man, if you work on Bluey, I think this is good information. You need to hear which ones are the most popular. Probably.
I like have a couple that are my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I love the show. It's really well done. They're able to fit like really fun stories into such a short span.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also one of those series kind of like Friends or like not even Friends, because Friends has a storyline. One of those shows that you can kind of jump in the middle of it.
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
Every episode.
So each episode is its own beginning, middle, and end story. Mm-hmm. Reoccurring characters and stuff, but
right.
In general, they're not referencing back to other episodes.
There's a couple small things that like interconnect, like when Bluey goes to school, like then Bluey's in school, but literally like no, a whole episode is like the whole story.
There's never a part 1, part 2 of an episode, right?
I don't think not that I've seen
an extended storyline.
No, my eye is twitching. Not that I've seen.
Is there change? Because I always like this, guys. I'm asking this question because as we're developing TV series and stuff, I like TV series where there's an evolution of the characters. There's change that happens.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like Bluey's growing up. Bluey goes to school. Okay. Bluey has like, I think he had something like anxiety or something. Like his sister
gets glasses, and from that point on, she has glasses. You know, that kind of thing.
Not for that exactly per se, but
yeah.
But there is like And like that's what a lot of the stories are about, like having bad dreams, like teaching them to like kind of sleep on their own and stuff like that. And
you know what I discovered just recently, and this proves that I don't watch this show. I understand Bluey's a girl.
They're both girls. Isn't that crazy? Actually,
I did not know
that. I didn't know that either.
I mean, looking at the drawing, here's a drawing of Bluey. And
you would think the younger sister, which it's gonna kill me what Bluey's sister.
And the orange character is the sister. Here she is, right? It looks like a boy, and I know it's the blue. It's the color blue.
I think it's Bingo. Is the sister's name?
All right, we'll say it's Bingo. So Bluey looks like a boy, even though I know it's. I'm just reacting because of this blue color.
Yeah, but she's got it from her dad. See, like, you know, your kids.
Oh, you mean Bluey? See, I'm still looking at Bluey as a boy.
This is Bluey. This is Bluey's dad. This is Bluey's mom. So the younger sister took after the mom. Bluey took after the dad.
Like identically. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Do you think that's weird that there's a dad?
No, you literally can't tell me a wrong thing about Bluey. No.
But there's a mom and a mini version of mom, and literally there's
differences. The mom has spots.
There? Okay.
And they both have like gray hair.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
So the mom and the dad have, and she's only got a few. So that's literally like what they did. They blew it up and they added some gray hair, and now it's a dad?
Yeah. It's like simplified, like 2D puppeteer, like.
No, I do get that. It looks like a.
Which the key is that this film is going to be CG 3D.
Thank you for bringing that up, because when you read the title, Disney released CG Bluey. All I heard was CG Bluey.
I don't know how that could turn out well.
Why? It's just why. Mm-hmm. You know? I mean, I think they think, oh, well, we got to, it's a feature. We got to spend more money and all that and make it look like it's more expensive. And now it's dimensional.
But no need, because like you're doing so great as you are. Like don't.
What do you think?
Don't knock. Don't hit something. Like what's that quote?
Don't knock something when it's down.
No.
Don't.
Don't break something that's good. It's something like that, you know.
Oh,
like
like. Don't fix something that isn't broken.
Yes. Thank you. Genius. Business brain.
Thank you.
Business brain.
Business. Well, but here, so you're a diehard Bluey fan.
I mean, there's more than me.
Just stay with it.
Okay. I mean, yes, I love Bluey.
So you can say that offends me in a way because I'm a diehard Bluey fan.
I mean, I wouldn't go as far to say offended.
But
I'm not.
Does it stop you from seeing that if it's CG? Probably not.
Probably not, but it probably.
And then I want you to speak for the kids. As a kid, do you think they're gonna see the difference and get turned off?
I think it would be very confusing for a kid.
I think it could be.
You know your characters as you do. I remember when like Scooby-Doo did the CG and I was like, wait, I thought the characters were live action. I remember always being so confused because they had 2D, they had CG, they had live action. I was like, which one's Scooby-Doo? You know? Yes,
I think when you're saying Scooby-Doo, the character, the dog character, or the human characters?
Well, the whole series. Like they had some that was all the characters were 2D. Some that all of them were 3D. Some that just Scooby was 3D and they were live action.
Scooby was never live action, obviously. He was still.
You don't need to tell me that the
he was
dog
computer
that was
animated.
also speaking.
Well, that's why I'm getting
wasn't
from.
live action.
Just want to clarify for the audience.
I'm aware.
Okay.
Thank you. Anyways, I think if I was a kid and I was like very obsessed with one cartoon, I would be like very confused seeing it that way. I'd be like, what's this?
Yeah.
Personally, I would guess.
And to be honest, I think the kids that are into Bluey are very into Bluey. They're
stuffed animals. They've got all the merch.
And
like
so,
they know Bluey as that 2D
it's
puppet.
just interesting to me because, like, yeah, even the Bluey licensing stuff, the dolls are obviously dimensional, so I guess that's not a good example. But the coloring books, the children's books, they're all still done in a very flat 2D style. They're not like, oh, let's make it look real and CG or, you know.
No, like keep what you've got.
I just, yeah, to me, it's like, why are you doing it? I think it's literally to make it look like it's worth more money so they can get you to come.
The movie itself is a genius idea.
Oh, they're going to make money.
I think what they did is they have
money.
done a longer episode of Bluey at one point, I think.
Oh, you think they're trying to differentiate this
Series 3, he did a longer format one.
Oh, wait, who's co-directing? 3? Amber Nallsmith will produce. I want to know who's doing this. Oh, Bluey creator Joe Brum is writing and directing the feature. Okay. And Richard Jeffrey, who directed the first 3 seasons of the series, will co-direct. Well, I respect that.
That's great. I like to keep it within the
fam. And Amber Naismith will produce. Okay.
Which means they'll probably keep it around what it is now, which is good.
Well, I love to hear that part, that Bluey isn't just being taken over in a way.
Right, because Disney got rights. They could have done that.
Yeah. Well, they
could have been like, Tom Bancroft, please.
I'm sure they did have rights to do. Yeah. Oh.
No, they did get theatrical rights.
Why didn't they call me?
Yeah.
That's
Disney has acquired global theatrical rights.
Yeah. When they made their deal to put it on Disney Plus, I bet you anything it was in that deal that it was like, oh, and we have the rights to make a movie or this many movies. You know, you could almost guarantee that it was already.
Anyways, I'm very excited about that. Yeah. I will probably be in theaters. You know what? That's something I should do with the kid I babysit. Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. That would be so fun.
Wait, what's this? However, the press release also stated that it will be a CG film, implying that it will not be produced in the show's iconic 2D puppeted style. But yeah, I'd say that it does imply that quite a bit.
That's what they're actually just saying. There's no implanation or whatever.
Right.
It's already said. Anyways, excited, interested to see how they do the 3D version.
I just want to say, Disney is like printing money when they make that movie. Oh my gosh. It's just going to make so much.
But are they going to try to make them look realistic? Ooh, if they start going
like
down
with
the
fur?
Mufasa.
Like, how's that gray hair going to look now? In that dad's head.
Yeah.
I bet it'll be like, well, no.
Are they going to make it try and look like Mufasa like they did that?
No. They're not going to do that. That would be ridiculous. I'm sure it'll just be, well, kind of like Peanuts, you know, when they did the Peanuts 3D Blue Sky animated films. They just made them look more dimensional. I hope they stick that close to Bluey. Anyway.
I guess we'll see.
Yep.
Disney's in the news lately.
What do you got here? Article number 3.
Okay, Oscar Shortlist announced. Animation projects compete in record 7 shortlist categories.
Wait out. Oscars are announced. Really animation projects compete in 7 shortlist categories.
In record 7 shortlist categories.
Okay. I wonder what the...
they're competing in the shorts right here. The 21, Todd Paulson.
Yeah. So a friend of mine did the film, The 21. We did a podcast with him on it, and that's what she's referring to. It's an amazing true story, but very sad true story of, you know, Christian martyrs that were killed for their faith. But the style of it too, even if you're not a believer, you still should see it because the style is just amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. So,
and it's 2D animation, by the way.
It highlighted all the ones that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 15 on the list. 9 of them are animated. think these are the shorts.
No. These are, sorry. Hold on, everybody. No, that is the list of the short films that were nominated. I think the red ones.
The red are
No, the
animated.
red ones. No, those are links you can click on to see a story about those.
This is true.
Yeah, so they're just highlighted for that reason.
I just made it up, but I kind of like
Yeah, they've done other stories about those, the red ones, and those are links.
Right.
Yeah. Right. It's a hot link. I know you're new to this.
I'm not much of a reporter these days. Anyways, so good to know.
If you agree with that statement, put it in the comment. No, I'm sorry.
That's mean.
That was mean.
The special effects shortlist is comprised of just 10 films, and guess what's on it? Mufasa, which is crazy because you know what? You just told me recently that the Oscars doesn't mix animation with live action. So riddle me this.
Well, no. For Best Picture, that's what I was specifically talking about. Best Picture. Yeah.
Oh, so they mix all the other categories. You should have reiterated that in last week's episode because you had me confused.
Do you mean clarified it?
Yeah. You must not be much of a reporter these days.
Because reiterating it is repeating it.
Stop.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm such a dad. I'm sorry. Okay. So yes, I just want to skim and see the other categories.
There's none.
I just see a lot of Wild Robot being mentioned in this article.
Yeah. Wild Robot will take a lot home, but the special effects has Mufasa, but then again, they're against Wicked.
So this isn't, they haven't announced,
Twisters.
just to be very clear, they haven't announced the actual nominations. These are like the precursor to that what they call the short lists. Yeah. Well, we didn't explain it. And so, yeah, I was scanning to also look like, what's Best Picture? But
I don't think that's out yet.
Yeah. But shouldn't they have a short list for Best Animated Feature Film, too?
I don't think that's out yet. I think this is all we're hearing yet.
Oh, I don't know how that normally works.
I can look.
I would have thought they would have kind of released it all at once. That's all. But maybe they do sort of trickle it out.
Yeah, I got to keep the people on their
Get
toes.
more press, right?
Okay, wait. I might come with more tea.
Well, wait, is that this year? Oh.
It's a short list.
Oh. So there is one. But why wasn't that in the article?
Inside Out 2 is on the music original score. Wild Robot is as well.
Mm-hmm. So that's one of the 7 categories that they're mentioning.
Music, original score, song.
I figured song.
Animated short film. Oh, that one
That's
was in the
the
article.
one we just
Sound.
said, yeah.
Sound has Wild Robot on it.
Of course.
Visual effects, we had that one. So yeah, they haven't dropped the major ones yet.
Huh. Okay. I didn't know they did it separate, but I guess that'll be a
They're keeping us on our toes.
super fun future recap.
Yeah, when
coming.
is the Oscars?
I don't know.
We should have like a watch party. Oh.
We're gonna. Here's what we do in our family, and we've gotten lax about it in the last few years, is that I was trying to set up in the family that we watch the Academy Awards together.
Was that you?
That was me. That wasn't Mom. She hates the Academy Awards.
I thought it was Aunt Cammy.
Okay, but it goes back to my childhood, yes. So I was trying to keep it going in my family. She was very able to do it because she controls her family, and apparently I do not in my family. But
it's March 2nd.
I've been trying to keep that going. And what we do is we have Chinese food. That was also part of it. We take out Chinese and we watch Academy Awards. Both parts of it are my favorite part. But maybe the Chinese is the number one part.
Yeah, you do.
It's usually how I loop Mom
love
and
a
you.
feast.
That's how I looped you girls in. Is I said, "Oh, but there's Chinese."
Well,
right?
the way you looped us in too as kids was because we were allowed to eat in front of the TV, which was a big deal because we were never allowed to eat in front of the TV.
Yeah, we had a little picnic.
It was like a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you
TV
pull up
time
there?
while eating.
Oh,
I just looked
same
up
thing.
the date. It's March 2nd.
March 2nd. Okay.
Exciting.
Man, can't wait.
Cannot wait. I'm literally like sitting here frantically waiting, and I will be until March 2nd because I cannot breathe until I know the winner.
Okay, Okay, this is the last thing. We are wrapping this up. Last question, and this is for Ansley. I also would love to see in the comments what you think. I'm assuming that there's 2 front runners.
Why do I feel like this is a diss?
No. I'm assuming there's 2 front runners, and I'm only going to pick the 2 for Best Picture, Best Animated Film. Inside Out 2 and Wild Robot. If it is just those two, so this is a hypothetical, which one wins in your mind?
Wild Robot, 1000%.
Boom.
Also, Moana 2 could be on there.
Yeah, I'm picking the two I think are going to be the real competition, and I think it's those two.
What about Flow?
Ooh. That's a good. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard great things.
I want to see it so bad.
Yeah, I don't think it will because it's just not as many people have seen it. But I know with the Academy.
What about like the two that are gonna be top of non-animated, just feature?
Oh, from live action? Mm-hmm. Well, you got to give me two. Just give me two.
Wicked.
Wicked. How she said that? Wicked.
And like maybe like Gladiator 2.
Oh yeah, you just picked the two that came out the same weekend. Out of those two, here we go, guys. I'm gonna say I don't know if this is gonna be a surprise. Wicked for sure. I loved Wicked.
Crazy.
I loved Wicked, and I just saw Gladiator 2.
You really think
this
Wicked
last weekend
could win?
Oh, I do. Why are you
I'm being
like that?
sarcastic.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, yeah, it's not a long shot. It's not like Harry Potter, right? Like Harry Potter was
Wicked will win
wildly
every category
popular,
it's in.
but a lot of people, the Academy, it wasn't like important enough for the Academy. It was too commercial.
Wicked?
No, I'm talking about Harry Potter, but you could kind of put them in the same category.
No, you couldn't.
As a
Wicked's
broadly
a musical.
popular. I know.
You put Wicked in a musical category. It goes with Les Mis, not
I'm just
Harry
saying
Potter.
a film that has fantasy elements, that's wildly popular,
musical,
that's
though.
kind of for the broad public. They like the artsy fartsy films in the Academy Awards. We all know this.
Wicked.
I would not call it an artsy fartsy film, but I would say no. To your point, I'm going to give it back to you and say, I actually agree. There's the art direction on it was one of my favorite parts.
So
of
you
that
just
film.
counteracted everything you just said.
I said I was going to give you that. So there's an element of artsy fartsy, if you want to call it that.
Okay.
Because of the art direction.
Okay. I think Wicked has like every category it's in.
And they sing so good. Oh my gosh.
I was learning the dance the other day. You should learn it with me.
There's a dance?
Loathing, Anna, Dolce,
Is this a TikTok thing or is it in the movie?
It's in the movie, but everybody's been learning it. Do we need to outro with my learning of the dance?
Okay, it's not a spoiler, guys, but they do that weird dance where they kind of all getting around and she's making it up.
Loathing. I'll do my dance. Roger Rabbit's on my way.
I know, sorry.
Loathing, Anna, Dolce,
Wow.
I forgot the words. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
I just thought it was a weird dance. Like the pieces didn't fit together and then they all started doing it and I was like, does that work? I don't know.
I totally thought it worked.
Okay.
Da, 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 da. Right, left. Step, spin.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, go see Wicked to know
Wicked.
what that was supposed to look like.
Send your video of you learning to dance.
That was mean. That was mean. Guys, we're going to let you go. We had a great time at this animation recap.
Love ya. See you
in a couple weeks.
Happy New Year. Tell us how 2025 is.
Bye.
Bye.
If you like what you just saw, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, Pencilish Studios.